Hi, everyone. So glad to have y'all here. Can everyone hear me? I just want to figure that out first. My mic is on. Nikki, Christina. Okay, so Romy can hear me. Awesome. Okay, so Kim, the chat can hear me. So we're good on this end. I'm not sure what you need to do. Can you hear me now? All right, we're figuring this out together. I've got the technological literacy of an 80-year-old, and with me and Kim, it's like the blind leading the blind a little bit here. Okay, she can hear me now. Wonderful. So, anyway, hello. Thank you guys all so much. Thank you for coming to the pilot episode of the Brit Happens channel. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. My name is Brit Happens. You may know me from TikTok or from Twitter, just a little bit. I've spent a little time on Twitter now. I've kind of jumped over to YouTube. If anyone has been on TikTok recently, you may know that I have my reasons. So, that being said, before we get into anything, I would like to wish a very happy birthday in heaven to a fallen Boston police officer, Officer John O'Keefe, who was taken from us way too soon in a way that he did not deserve. And now we're going to get into it. Please welcome the person that we're all here to see. She is Massachusetts' favorite nurse. She is a legal analyst as well. She comes from a law enforcement family, so she is uniquely skilled in analyzing cases involving any kind of injuries or any kind of law enforcement, which is pretty much every case. She's a superhuman already, plus she's a mother, and her heart is as golden as her hair. So please raise your Diet Cokes for my good friend, or as she would say, our best friend from out of town. Uh-oh. There she is.
Hi, Lovey. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Can you hear me now? Testing. 1, 2.
I can hear you.
Yay. Hello. Good.
So, as we're trying to figure this out together, I'm going to go ahead and just greet some people who have come to see us today.
Perfect.
Dragonfly says, hey, nurse.
Oh, it's going in and out.
To see you. Ray, thanks so much for being here. Taryn, thank you so much for modding for me.
Oh, I feel like...
Sarah and Shock and Hoa.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. We're all together again. We're here. I am so sorry, Lovey. You're just, I'm hearing, and listen, and I understand, and I know that this is like absolute pearl clutching, butt clenching, but You are doing perfect. It's perfect. And it's just that I can't hear you. Like you go out for like extended periods of time. It's like you black out and I'm blacking out. But I think Taryn said that she could hear me.
Okay. Are we having any issues on the end of the chat? Anybody?
Yeah, ask
Yes,
that.
we need Jimmy, Romy. Yes, we do.
Jimmy,
We
help
need
Brittany,
you.
Kimmy.
Oh, Lord.
Well, listen, this is great. I can hear you now. So we're chalking it up to our first stream. And always the Maiden
That's right.
Voyage has a couple of waves, babe. But we're
That's
right here
true.
together.
Very, 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 very true. Well, I'm glad I have you with me. I'm glad I have everybody else with us for this. Okay, so it could be my internet. I might need to upgrade. That's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Debbie Blair says that she hears me now.
I hear you now too.
Okay, excellent. We could be a Verizon commercial.
Oh.
Oh, it was,
Can you hear
it
me
was
now? There's a tiny
right.
frog somewhere just leaping. Oh, wait, that was Budweiser,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Well, everybody, like I said, today is a historic day, not just because this is the very first stream on the Brit Happens channel, but also it is because today is the birthday of Officer John O'Keefe. So if you follow Nurse Kim, which if you don't, please subscribe to her really quickly. Stop what you're doing and come back here after you've subscribed to Kim. We are going to get into a little bit of what is happening right now in the Karen Reed case. So,
Yes.
in case anyone is unaware, there is a very special witness who testified in the first trial named Dr. Marie Russell. Dr. Russell has more knowledge of medicine than all of us combined in the chat put together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally
She
agree.
is one of the most highly qualified individuals. This woman sat on the California Medical Board. Okay. And we're going to get into just how qualified she is together. And the Commonwealth has decided that they're going to try to throw daggers in that. Figuratively. I do not mean literally. The Commonwealth is trying to keep Dr. Marie Russell from sharing her testimony in trial number 2. Yes, Dragonfly Kim is putting on her pearls.
I know she
Getting
has
ready.
her pearls on. I just am blacked out right now. And it is, I can't figure out how to, of course, guys. It wouldn't be us if it wasn't meant to be. Okay. Let's just have a little bit of a technical issue. I'm coming to. Stay with me, people.
We're just gonna relish in the chaos together.
Yes.
Oh, happy birthday, Debbie, too. Let me find out.
Oh, I'm so
Debbie
obsessed.
Blair shares a birthday with Officer John O'Keefe.
Oh, honey. I love that.
Absolutely, Queen Olive. You are 100% right. Dr. Russell is going to hurt the Commonwealth's case, which is exactly why they do not want her to testify. It has nothing to do with her being qualified. It has everything to do with her saying something that the Commonwealth does not want to hear. Kersey Nursey is asking if you're on life support. Oh, man. But yes, they absolutely are. Oh, stop it. Now we can't hear Kim. I can't hear Kim. Can you guys hear Kim?
Can you hear me now? That was life support.
This is going to be great.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
She's good.
All right. So, in my independent research on Dr. Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. We're good. We're back together again. So, in my independent research of Dr. Russell. I found a very interesting article. Kim, I don't know if you've seen this or not
Hmm.
in the LA Times. It was actually published approximately 20 years ago. Oh, 24 years ago now. This was in the LA Times by Jane Allen, published in June of 2000. And it talks about the way that Dr. Russell uses her law enforcement experience in the emergency room. So she, um, let's say she has a patient come in and they have maybe a bullet, like a gunshot wound or a
Yes.
stabbing.
Uh-huh.
She looks for ways to preserve evidence of any injury that may be investigated.
Oh, I
So,
love that.
I would love to share that with everybody. We're gonna read this together, y'all. Now,
Listen, I'm so proud of you for taking on. You want to share your screen on your first stream? Who are you,
yeah.
Britt? You are a woman that cannot be stopped. Okay, no one can
Oh,
tell you anything. I love it.
stop it. Um, when I eat an elephant, I just wanna gobble the whole thing up in one bite, so to speak. I'm not a one bite at a time kind of person. All right, so present, present.
I
Um,
couldn't even figure out how to present last night on my own. Like, I couldn't even figure that out. So you may be,
oh
I
my
think
god.
I might be the 80-year-old, and you are just about, you might have just turned 60.
Okay, I'll take that. Let's call it we're each 70.
Oh, I love that. We'll meet in the middle. Yes, love it.
Right. Dragonfly. I'm from a little bit of everywhere.
Oh,
So, um, I was born in the Midwest, and over time, I have landed in Florida. That is where I now live. Oh, Nikki,
are
she
you
says
on
for
the
the Golden Girls.
Gulf or are you on the
Not,
Atlantic side?
I'm on,
Oh, is it me, guys, or is she breaking up?
there we go. I live probably 7 hours away from another friend that you might have on the Gulf.
Yes,
I am
absolutely.
in, yeah, I'm in Northwest Florida in the Panhandle.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, let's get to it, folks. Now, I am working with a subpar PC laptop. Okay, so when I am looking at this, I'm not going to be able to see your something that you just want to call out, you just yell at me. So
Yeah.
sharing away.
Someone needs to help us with technology. I think if we could get 15% off a class that's like a StreamYard class, and
For sure.
or how do you share? How do you split? Listen, babe, I got a desktop. Okay. I found a desktop when it was, I don't know, it was something for like Amazon. I know it was like a discount, it was some discounted day. Okay. It was
Uh-huh.
Amazon day. And I was like, I'm buying this bad Larry. And I put it on a payment plan. Just kidding. But no, I did. And that ended up working out well, except it's one screen and then I lose all the rest of the tabs and I don't know where the tabs go and I don't know how I'm supposed to bring myself back ever. But you just did it and you're an angel. So I'm very impressed. This is 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Please like and subscribe to Brit.
And I will have better internet next time. We're going to finish this.
Absolutely.
We're going to get to the bottom of it. All righty. So, One of a Kind Trauma Doctor by Jane E. Allen, Times
Mm-hmm.
Health writer. It's striking how much Dr. Russell still thinks like a cop. So, remember, guys, before becoming a doctor, Dr. Murray Russell, one of her parents, had some health problems. So, she came home from MIT to take care of her family
Put some respect on
where
her name.
yes, So exactly, put some respect on her name. Her family member subsequently passed away, and she became a full-time law enforcement officer.
If you can't hear Britt, she was the first female officer in Malden.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Swear
Okay,
to goodness.
women supporting women.
That's all we do.
That's why we're here.
Mm-hmm.
We are here to glorify Dr. Russell. Dude, yes, Starlink. I like that idea.
Ooh.
Yes. So Christina says that she was also a Boston police officer.
She was on Boston Police Department.
I don't remember hearing her say that on the stand.
Oh. I love that if she was.
Dr. Russell.
Hello.
We're back.
Okay.
Husband's hometown. Are you talking about Destin or are you talking about Boston?
Malden. Yeah. Or
I would love to know. I would absolutely love to know. So after, if we all remember, after she stopped being a law enforcement officer, she went on to become a doctor in the great state of California.
Mm-hmm.
So she worked for USC Medical Center. So reading on inside the ER at County USC Medical Center on a recent afternoon, she worries almost as much about preserving the bullet that pierced a shooting victim's flesh as she does about his physical discomfort. Okay, so this is somebody who knows how to think ahead, who knows how to solve problems before they even happen. Okay?
She sure does.
To remove the bullet without any metal tools. Okay, Kim.
Yeah?
Talk to me about what that would be like. Removing a bullet without any medical tools. Are we talking about popping it like a zit, or like what kind of skill and care and precision would it take to not use any medical tools to remove a bullet?
Yeah, that's wild. I've never actually, because usually we use like forceps, like you have to use like a tweezer looking to remove. Well, it depends, I guess, if you have if it has like shrapnel or pieces. Do you know what I mean? So
Sure.
I've never seen somebody remove a bullet without using tools. So she is like she's an actual pioneer. She is doing things. She probably had to have she had to go through. Can you imagine doing that in a hospital setting? If any of our nurses are here or doctors or NPs, highly love you. But can you imagine? You'd have to do a whole policy and procedure. You can't just be tucking and rolling. And like you are saying, Britt, is it potentially that I would just think that would be so painful. I mean, granted, I'm sure they are medicated appropriately, our patients, but yeah, that's wild. And then she would just save the evidence so that it was never tampered with, correct?
Sure. Let me see. So let me go back and just tell you for sure. So after urging the physician's assistant to remove the bullet without any metal tools that could mar the markings crucial in a police investigation. So we're talking about ballistics. Okay. So when you have, I mean, obviously this would probably be some, just so you know, Taryn, I'm going to guess here, and I'm sure Kim could tell you, I would gander that we are referring now in this article to somebody who is still alive. Okay.
Yeah, she was an ER doc, so that would make 100%.
Right.
And if we're going to be doing, this isn't going to be post-mortem. It is during an emergency room visit. They probably come in with that gunshot wound, GSW. I probably shouldn't. Well, all right, it's not TikTok. I can say whatever.
Exactly. We're not self-censoring. I've been saying, what was I saying last night on my life? A tool of destruction
Oh,
for pew pew, you know,
oh yeah.
that type of self-censorship. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I mean, this guy's is definitely someone who is still alive, um, because we're in the ER and not in the morgue, right? In this article, she's saying that it's taking place at the emergency room. So she tells this guy that she would like him to remove the bullet without any metal tools that could mar the markings crucial in a police investigation. And she
Mhm.
then gently asks the patient for permission to see and photograph his wound and
Well, that
his tattoos.
lost you again.
So she can examine the massive discolored bruise that is developing where the bullet lodged after missing his spine.
Oh, oh God. That is very dangerous. Anything
Then,
that's near
as
our spines or our brain stem, or even there's so many different places. If you have, I knew somebody who got a GSW, like, and it missed their aorta by, I think it was like 3 millimeters, and that is wild. Okay, 3 millimeter difference
uh-huh.
changed the outcome.
Wow.
Hmm.
Tough day. Tough
Oh
day
my
no
gosh.
matter what, but yeah, missing the spine is
Is Yeah,
definitely
that's
something.
so scary too, because he could have been a paraplegic. We don't know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know the
Or
outcome
worse.
yet. Yes.
Absolutely. So then as he rolls up his shirt sleeve, she leans in for a closer look at the multicolored peacock on his inner arm, knowing
Mm.
full well that peacocks and dragons are commonly tattooed inside the arm to hide signs of drug abuse. She nonetheless asks why he chose the design, acknowledging that he has used, a downer. The man doesn't mention the fresh puncture, indicating he likely, used earlier that
Oh,
day. Yeah, poor thing, without expressing any judge.
intravenous. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So guys, when I'm saying this, like, these are things that only someone like Dr. Russell would understand just from looking at it, okay?
Hmm.
So she not only is a doctor, guys, but she thinks like a cop even when treating somebody. She wants to be sure that evidence is not damaged or destroyed. And she also understands how to approach patients in a very unique way. Um, let's see here. Traded uniform. Let's see. So she then, in this part, she incorporated the photos into lectures that she delivers here and abroad to medical students, law enforcement, and forensic societies. So not only does she teach other doctors, and we'll go over her full voir dire today, guys, but she also still was teaching LEOs.
Incredible.
So yeah, this is an extremely qualified person.
Agreed. I don't think she's going to. Can we want to do like an over under, or ask anyone who's in the chat, because I can't see the chat, guys, so I'm not talking to you. I just apologize. I know it's there, but
Oh,
if I
sure.
press on it, it just does. It just goes. Everything goes away on the screen, so I can't watch Brit or see what she's doing. So okay,
Gotcha.
I just wanted to ask you: do you think that the Commonwealth motion will be will there be a reverse in decision to allow Dr. Marie Russell to be a witness in retrial? Because I think she is always going to meet the criteria for expert, as evidenced by all the research that Britt has done and by what she showed us in the first trial. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we know who she is. We know that Dr. Marie Russell is that boss. Okay.
Mhm.
She was the first boss bee of Malden Police Department. I can't. Chef's kiss. She's everything. And then you go on and you go get your doctorate. And then you like have all your peer reviewed studies. You specifically have treated between what, 500 and 1,000 dog related canine wounds. I can't. She's everything.
She knows what they look like. That is
Yes,
for
queen.
absolute sure. That
Yeah.
is for sure. And, I did also, I am not a medical professional, so these aren't things
Well,
I've seen firsthand, but we've all said this 1,000 times that with what we saw on Officer O'Keefe's arm, if this came from the back of a vehicle, we would expect, and I wanted to see it with my own two eyes. I will not bring any pain to your eyes by showing you, but we would expect severe bruising, broken bones. I mean,
mhm.
I have looked up actual injuries that came from actual pedestrian accidents, and it looks nothing like you would see. It looks not, I mean, what we see on John's arm is completely different from what
You know,
anybody
yeah, right. Like,
would
and
expect.
like you were saying, Britt, it's that I'm not saying that every pedestrian strike or motor vehicle accident present in the same way. Every single
Right.
case is different. Every single
Mhm.
patient is different. Vehicles are different. All those things matter. But at the end of the day, babe, we have overarching themes, and you see some shit in every reaction. There is an equal and opposite reaction. So our bodies are made up of the same components. Doesn't matter who you are. What happens when you have trauma and injury to your skin? You have an inflammatory response that is going to say, I must heal you. I may
Mhm.
heal you, right? So your body says, ouch, that hurt, bitch. And then we get bruised, okay? Big time bruise. We break our bones. I
Sure.
would love to have seen, somebody asked me last night about an H&H, and I thought that was really interesting because I don't know. I've never seen that for Officer John O'Keefe. But also last night, Turtle Boy replayed. Turtle Boy replayed the ARCA, our Dr. Rentschler, crash daddies, if you will. Dr. Rentschler and Dr. Oh, what is
Are we back?
happening? I know his name like the top of my
Doc
tongue.
Dr. Wolf? Dr.
Dr.
Rentschler?
Wolf.
Okay.
Stop it, Kimberly. So replayed that testimony, and then I had a light bulb, Brett, and I'm telling it here first. You get it before anyone else. There was, which I have posted several times on my Twitter, but I never discussed it the way that Dr. Rentschler said it. And this is this. I say this to say this, that if they state that they is the Commonwealth, use proper pronouns, Kimberly. If the Commonwealth would like us to believe that Officer John O'Keefe was struck not midline, not center of gravity or mass, right? And he spun clowner clockwise, okay? But the injury and
Clown.
the impact, oh my gosh, I listen, when I heard that, I was like, stop it.
Yeah.
But his, that upper extremity, right? Had that taken the impact of a full 24.2 mile an hour strike and spontaneously combusted as such,
Mhm.
how was none of that caused Officer John O'Keefe to bleed? He has he had abrasions, and I thought there
Mhm.
were a couple that were lacerations. Don't talk shit, but I will digress. Um, and so those injuries bleed. There should have been like shards out of all of those pieces that would have been found in the
In
wounds of
the
Officer
wounds.
John O'Keefe, and not a friggin' one, babe. Also, sidebar, how was there no blood on that tail light housing? Yes, they say that there was DNA, but we know every cop, when they walk behind vehicles, they touch the back of the car. It is
Exactly.
ingrained in their brains. They've done that since the fucking academy, pardon my French. Then that was the only thing that I was like, OMG, because I have a couple pictures that are very gnarly. Don't look at them if your belly gets queasy. But These photos show when you have blunt force trauma and when you have things that break and shatter the way they do that polycarbonate, we would have had evidence all over the place. We don't, because it didn't come from that. We solved the friggin' case. Sorry.
Amen. Amen to you.
No, amen to you, honey.
If I had a Diet Coke, I'd raise it. So one thing that just struck me big time, and not an LEO, not a medical professional, but I don't remember seeing any swabs of his wounds on the arm. Do you?
They didn't do them.
So saying that some clothes that were kept wet for weeks and weeks and weeks didn't have any canine DNA, which over time, we all know can deteriorate.
Yes.
Okay.
Very medical professional of you to know that DNA can deteriorate. Some persons, and it's so interesting because it differentiates so much, Britt. Someone, you could have DNA on something that could last for a fucking million years. Like, it's crazy, right? But then you have other instances, and I believe that in this specific case, right, that Officer John O'Keefe's his clothing was not only that it was freezing cold, right? So it's freezing, that doesn't matter, who gives a shit, but it was wet, it was damp. They then put it somewhere else, and we got to remember that the swabs that were taken to do the actual on his hoodie weren't taken for a year and a half.
Oh my God.
Year and a half. It wasn't a couple of weeks, babe.
Get
this
out
was
of
a
here.
fucking year and a half later that you want to do a trut and send it over to Maureen Hartnett, and she does it incorrectly, which don't even talk to me about it, because I've already contacted the broad at UC Davis, and I want it to be redacted. I think it should be suppressed. I don't give one shit about any of your information, because you did both the swabs at the same time, Maureen, and you weren't supposed to, because I read the directions. It was right online, babe. And it says if you are looking to get a canine or canine DNA, then you have to do the swabs independently and at different areas. And she's like, I dumped the Q-tip. I dumped the cotton swab, and then I did both at the same exact time. Let's fight back, Alan Jackson.
A different swab for each one, right? Is what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
I mean, I remember watching the trial and listening to her describing what testing she did. And as a lay person, okay, I come from an educational background. I am not a scientist. I am not a lab lady, I don't wear a white coat. Yeah, I don't wear scrubs. I don't wear a white coat. Why would you dip the same swab in two different places?
Well, yeah, and do it in how many different places, babe? She did like 16. She did she did the same thing, just on the 16. But then you never did that. It doesn't even make sense. There could have been. Here was the thing, is that God knows what kind of DNA would have been found in Officer John O'Keefe's wounds had they done an appropriate testing. For you to only do the external layer of his clothing, you're a walking idiot. And the fact that it made tug marks, and I noted it on number 13, I believe, might be number 9, but in the pictures that Maureen Hartnett provided to the defense, and when we went through her testimony, which was painful, you see the tug mark. And I said, oh, I didn't know that the tail light is tugging, bitch, We didn't see that one coming.
So what would you describe, how would you describe a tug mark?
Claw.
Okay.
So for me, that makes it seem like you would never get a snag, right?
Right.
From how this occurred, because these shards, and they should have been able to line up, right? The combusted tail light, blah, 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 with Proctor holding it up, showing it to everybody, red tail light. We would have been able to see. I want to see the thickness. I want to see that, because I want to see how this cut. How did this make that abrasion on your arm? How? Show me. I want to see an exact match replication of which pieces, because the small ones never could have done it, right? So you've got to say, okay, it must be these large ones, but they weren't. That doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? If he's projecting, he is projecting allegedly with the vehicle in the same direction that the vehicle was heading, and then he bangs a 30-degree left, and somehow all of the taillight just stays right in the lawn, not in a linear fashion, not in any way. It doesn't land in the road for a plow to drive by it and to move it all the way up the street or to a neighbor's house. It just stays right there and is found for 3 weeks later.
Bless
Wild.
it. Bless it. And then as for the touch DNA that was found on that taillight, okay. Nurse Kim's got a hubby. I'm sure many of us here in the chat have a boyfriend, a fiance, even an ex, okay? I can say with certainty that Mr. Britt Happens touches my vehicle more than I do, okay?
Oh, agreed.
He is the car guru. He is the one who messes with my car. If there's, if the trunk needs to be open because I went and got groceries, he's, before I can even shut the garage door, he's opening that trunk. If my oil's getting low, he wants to check it himself before I even take it somewhere to go get it changed. He's the one who checks out everything. He has touched more bits of my car, more bits and pieces of my car than I have. Yeah. Y'all can take that how you want to. But he if you were to swab my taillights, you would find my husband's DNA on them right now. Absolutely.
Agreed.
And I can say that of almost any woman's car who is seeing someone, because it is very common for a man to want to make sure that the vehicle that his woman's driving in is safe and reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing odd about having touch DNA on that taillight. All that to say, I'll come out of the rabbit hole, but absolutely. Romy says yes, especially by the trunk with the kids' sports equipment and stuff. See, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Because we married gentlemen, guys. We married gentlemen. And Officer John O'Keefe was absolutely, I would say, at least most of the time, a gentleman. Ray is in hard agree mode. Thank you, Ray. All right, guys. So, Kim, if you'd like to watch with me,
yeah.
I would like to watch the voir dire of Dr. Marie Russell together, so we can kind of see the broad strokes of every bit of her awesomeness. I mean, she is just as qualified as they come.
Yes, she is.
They're trying to break in here.
And no, thank you, young dog. Ooh, tell me about your dogs while we get this, because I have Kino. I know that you know. And he is the factory worker. Tell me about you. Tell me the story about your puppies.
Well, I'll go ahead and let them in if you'd like to see them. Does everyone want to see the puppies?
Puppy break immediately. Yep.
Getting up. Be right back.
I love it. Guys, let's make up stories about Britt's puppies. I'm going to imagine she has... if she has a corgi, she has moved to the top 5 favorite humans that I've ever met in my life. You know how I feel about a corgi and or a corgi bum. Number 2, she may have a husky. This husky was rescued. She found him in a trap house. Why was he there? We don't know. Purebred, okay? Doesn't want any, he doesn't want any beef. He's just here to be a good boy, smart and handsome. We also may or may not have a lab. because labs are lovely. Oh, yes, I was making up stories. Tell me everything. Show me the puppies. Oh my God, are they actual puppies? Oh my God, I didn't see it coming. A Frenchie? He's a Frenchie? I'm gonna cry. He's perfect. Is he Hugin's cousin? What is his name? I can't hear you, Lovey, but I'm gonna make up my own story.
I muted the mic. I'm so sorry.
No
So
worries.
This is Mitzi Lou Who, and she is just the most content dog that I've ever had in my life. Thank you, Taryn. I figured it out eventually. It may take me a minute, but I figured it out. But yeah, she's just so content and sweet, just loves to snuggle, doesn't complain about anything. She's not a whiner, she's not an excessive barker. Oh, Mitzi Lou, look at all your fans.
Hi,
Look at all the
Lovey.
people so happy
What
to
are
see
you
you.
do? I love her.
Look at them.
She's like a
Isn't she
beautiful, like,
gorgeous?
she's gorgeous. She looks like champagne, bitch.
She's got
Oh,
merle on the
oh,
back of her ears too, like, the kind of speckled
I love it.
spottiness.
I
Yeah,
love
the
it.
backs of her ears are just so, so beautiful. Yes, she is absolutely majestic. Oh, goodness.
She
But yeah,
is, and how old is she?
she will be 2 very soon.
She was just
Like
born.
this
She was
this
just
month.
born.
Yeah,
Could
she
we
will
have
always
a birthday
be.
party for her? Shall
Oh
we
God,
do?
yes.
This is what we do.
Absolutely.
Kino will come. OB will come with Hoog. Hugin will be obsessed with her.
Oh,
When we pet his, well, when OB pets his belly, I say that is the belly of the future. Why? I don't know, but it makes sense. But look at her. She's just an infant. She was just, what a lady. I
she
love a
is.
lady. We needed a lady's energy. She's giving me, she needs pearls. I'm buying her pearls. I'm sending
Okay.
it to your house.
All right. I will text you my address. Oh my God. She looks so
Immediately. She
pretty
is
with
me.
like
I am
pearls and
her.
stuff. She is the bomb. She is just
I'm
the bomb
obsessed.
lady.
She's
And
gorgeous.
then I do have 2 others. I
Oh
won't
my
get them.
God. Oh
I
my
won't get
God, I
them this
can't handle
time.
it. Bring me another puppy.
Oh God. I will bring the others next time. They are just so big,
Wait,
and they
okay.
will knock everything over, and
You must give me the breeds.
I will. So this is a French bulldog.
Love her. And this is what we call a cliffhanger, babes. All right,
There we go.
can't
Okay.
hear her. So, are you back, Lovey?
Oh my gosh.
It's the 3rd season of Dawson's Creek, and you want to know what happens, but we can't find out.
Oh. Okay, are we back?
You're back.
Ah, awesome. Okay. So, yes, Mitzi Lou is a French bulldog.
Yes.
Bodie is my American bulldog. Well,
Okay.
he's an American bully. So,
He's a big boy.
stance. There?
I can hear you now, I think.
Okay. Okay. So I've got an American bully, and then I have an English bully, the big, wrinkly, chubby, and her name is Paisley. And she is my grumpy old lady on the inside.
I feel her.
She is the most affectionate, I would argue, out of all of them. Like, she loves to cuddle, but when she is in a mood, she just wants her space, and you gotta let her be, and she'll come back when she's ready. So
She's
it.
tired, okay? She has had to raise those other 2 children. She knows what it takes, okay,
True.
to be a woman. She says, listen, I don't have time for games. I'll let you know what I need. Firm boundaries, and she sticks to it. She also
Girlfriend was born tired.
Yeah. She may have written a self-help book for other bulldogs that say, how you are able to put yourself first. You can't pour from an empty cup.
Oh, y'all. I love it. I love it.
Sorry.
Okay. No, do not be sorry. I refuse to accept your apology. We will not have it. We will not have it. So we are going to now watch just a hint of the voir dire, if you have time, Kim.
Yes, Lovey. I'm good for like about another 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Sweetness. All right, let's watch a she is again as qualified as they come, and we're going to watch her tell us about it.
You're doing incredible.
Share.
You're perfect. You are so
Can we
smart.
see
You are
this?
so pretty. You are a YouTube sensation. You are manifesting destiny, and I love it. Oh, look at you. You've already done it again. 2 times, 1 stream, bitch. Say nothing. You can't tell her shit.
We're figuring it out together. I am an amateur. I am not a professional. But
You're so
maybe
good.
one day. Oh, Lord. Oh, my gosh. Look at all these dogs that Christina has.
Oh, my gosh. Christina.
Yeah.
That's magic. And you live my dream. Should we have potentially 3 acres somewhere that we're able to have all the dogs? We have a pack of them. We walk them down the street. Shadow, Loki, Maverick. I can't even help it. I can't help it.
So many. All right.
Perfect.
Here we go. Can we see this?
Yes, babe. Looks great. Fucking Bev. Pardon my French.
So I'm going to ask you to keep your voice up. Speak right into that microphone, doctor, okay?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Could you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes. Marie Russell, Russell.
I'm here.
There? Okay.
And I'm going to echo what the court just indicated. The air conditioners are on, so please keep your voice as elevated as possible and maneuver the microphone however you need to, okay?
Okay.
Dr. Russell, what do you do for a living?
Look at her pants.
I am a retired emergency physician and forensic pathologist.
And tell me
I'm an angel.
What education you have, going all the way back to the beginning, that qualifies you as an emergency physician and former pathologist before you retired.
Okay. Well, I've had about at least 16 years of formal education beyond high school.
16.
Initially, I started at MIT, where I did my pre-med courses. I had always wanted to be a physician. And so I went to MIT for a year, took pre-med courses.
Obsessed.
And then I had an unusual life event in that my mother came down with cancer, and she subsequently passed away.
I'm so sorry.
During the time away, so I took some time off from school.
R.I.P. Mrs. Russell.
During that period of time, I decided to explore another interest of mine, which was law enforcement.
Obsessed.
And so I took some courses in law enforcement, and I became a.
Real quick, guys. I've been practicing. Okay. So, Kim, give me a grade on how this sounds. Law enforcement.
Oh, great. There you go. Very good.
Law enforcement. Okay. Yeah, that was the hardest
yes.
bit. Yes. So I dressed up as Auntie Bev for Halloween. And
so cute. So cute. Stupid cute. Oop, we've been put on another cliffhanger. You know how I
Thing?
do the, oh,
Are we seeing, hearing?
I'm hearing you now, babe.
Okay, excellent. Back to Dr. Russell.
Full-time police officer here in Massachusetts.
What years were you at MIT?
That was 1972 to
72.
police officer here in Massachusetts. I attended the Boston Police Academy where I graduated.
What year
You
was that?
graduated there.
That was in 1977.
During the course of your training as a police officer, did you have any specialized training in
I worked for
I can't hear.
correct.
during that time, did you continue your education in any way?
I did. So I took as many courses as I could from the Massachusetts Criminal Justice Training Council, which included a course, a several-day course in hit-and-run accident investigation. I took courses in forensic photography.
Forensic photography.
This alone.
Lovey, you're out right now, but you will come back to us. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Are we
I
good?
can hear you now. Yep.
Okay. Dr. Russell, did we hear her say that she took courses in investigation, those types of investigation with motor vehicle accidents
Yes.
and forensic photography?
Yes.
That alone makes her, in my humble opinion, more
Uniquely
qualified than Trooper Paul.
Amen.
To her when she gave her thoughts.
Yeah.
And I also, at the same time, continued to go to college. And I did that part-time, where I eventually got a bachelor's degree of science in psychology with highest honors.
Oh.
Science.
Got it. Further, formally.
A medical career. And so I then attended medical school, University of Massachusetts Medical School full-time
UMass.
for 4 years.
Medical.
In 1987.
87. Great year.
We'll do one, but
I can't hear.
in residence.
Did you guys hear that part? I saw
No,
that I went out for a second.
Can you just tell us what she said, Lovey?
She did 2 residencies.
2 residencies. Okay.
Not 1, but 2. And she's about to
Okay.
go into what they were.
She's an angel. Yeah, love it.
She is a hoss.
Yes.
For 4 years. And I did that in Los Angeles at Los Angeles County Medical Center, which is a very big trauma center.
Huge.
And what I would
At USC Medical Center?
Mm-hmm. Can't hear.
Yes, I did my ER.
Patients?
Lots of them.
You were attending to patients?
I was a trainee, so I was seeing as many patients as we could. There was always a waiting room for patients.
Always.
And yeah, so I saw many patients during that time period.
You indicated a second residency. Tell me about that.
Okay, so I still realized I had an interest in forensics, and so I decided that I
Oh, Marie, you can't do this to me.
and um, county.
Is among the busiest in the country. Okay. We've got
Yeah.
people coming and going like one of people
I can't hear you,
that
Lovey.
oh man, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Emergency room. She was teaching.
Incredible. Did she say what her second residency was yet or no?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Did she say what her second residency was or no, not yet?
Yes, it was in forensic pathology.
Forensic pathology.
Yep.
Thank you, Lovey.
I'm going to take a drink every time that I freeze out. And
Totally
disappear.
fine. Babe, we're all
You
here.
guys
It's
go ahead.
totally fine. You're incredible. You're
Right.
doing really good. No worries. This is the Maiden Voyage, babe.
Elon, we need Starlink. Absolutely.
Starlink. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly, Z.
And the years, if that's 4 years, that would be from 1991.
Oh, I can't hear. I feel like when we play the video, it probably also is like straining the
Two
internet,
cases
guys.
a
You know what I
day.
mean?
Most days, yeah. And plus conferences and
Huge.
educational opportunities. But for instance, I not only saw numerous and natural death, overdoses, and then if there was an unusual case, it usually went to the.
You know, I'm going to tell you this one thing. Whoever is this internet provider is a real shithead, because every time Brick goes out, it is on the best parts.
And
it's just
guys,
setting us up.
And this is one of those areas, like, I don't live in a densely populated area.
Yeah.
So it's not even like we have a choice as to who we can use for internet either. Like, it's like one company who services everybody. So I can't just like change companies either. So
no, it's just hilarious because it's like they're saying, I'm like this. I go, are they fucking with us now? Like, it's almost like everything that like we get the extra words and then the words that we want to hear. It's like she's like, and then I went to
right.
And I'm like,
so
we've been cliffhanging all over the place here.
Oh my gosh. So I'll do another one when I get internet figured out a little better. This is kind of a
Of course, babe. We're out, we're in. We're in, we're out. Right now we're out.
God
but she will come back.
Dang it. Okay. Are we here?
I hear you, babe.
Okay, sweet. I'm so sorry, guys.
No worries.
I mean, my sincerest apologies. So, I'll go ahead and we'll do another one of these guys where we go over her voir dire, and
we sure will. got to tell you, Britt has a really cute face if you're going to freeze like this, okay? If mine were to freeze, it would look like this every time.
Oh my goodness. Ah,
You're back, babe.
I don't know what to do. I just
okay.
don't.
So we
So
got to an hour. We did an hour, and I am so thankful that I got to stay. I'm gonna bop. But it was literally my pleasure to be with you. And
well,
I
thank
love your
you so much
face.
for coming on with.
Of course, anytime. All right, bye, Britt. Bye, lovies.
Yes. Okay, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and figure out what the heck is going on with my internet so that I can still help DJ out. I'm so sorry, guys, about all of the frozen lines, just like Nikki was saying. And I will figure something out with this internet. I will. Even if we've got to get Starlink or something, we will get it. But I'll go ahead and summarize really quickly before we lose us again. So Dr. Russell was simultaneously teaching, she was seeing patients, practicing as a physician, and she was working in forensic pathology. Okay. So when I say that this person is more qualified than probably the majority of doctors in Massachusetts, I absolutely mean it. We're not taking her out of the second trial. Okay. We're just not. I refuse to allow it. And hopefully Auntie Bev does not allow it either. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, but I do want to say a couple quick things. So, we do have other lives coming up. The next one will be a week from today on the 15th. We are going to have attorney Andrew Myers. So, attorney Myers is a member of the Massachusetts Bar. He has been practicing there and in other places in New England. He mostly does other specialties such as personal injury, but he does also dabble in some criminal law. And he also personally knows Hanky Pank Brennan. So please come back next week. Hopefully, we'll have better internet service. It will be at a different time of day. This is going to be in the early afternoon, the exact time to be announced. And 2 days after Andrew Myers, yes, we are. Absolutely, Brandy. So 2 days after attorney Andrew Myers is on, we will be welcoming in Miss Jen Root. For those of you who do not know, Jennifer Root is the sister of Justin Root. And if you guys don't know anything about what happened to him in Massachusetts, then go ahead and pour yourself a glass of wine. It is a gut-wrenching, heartbreaking story. She will be on with me on December the 17th. Yes, absolutely, Taryn. She is a hoss of hosses for sure. She has gone through things that none of us can imagine over the past. This February will be 5 years since the Just On Route incident. So we will be discussing Just On's case on December 17th, which is a Tuesday. And then the following week after that, on December 22nd, I will be having, you may know him as not Haley Walbrett. You might know him as Jason Broyles, but he will be on with me on Sunday, the 22nd of December. So we will be discussing all the things. I was so pleased to have all of you here. I really appreciate it. I do apologize again about the internet connection. Hopefully, we can figure it out in the next hour or so. I don't have anywhere to send you directly to. However, in 53 minutes, go to the Calling All Beings channel. DJ is going to be having several guests. It's mostly going to be listeners and members from that channel. I know that Sarah Shock and Horror is going to be there. Miss Jessica is going to be there. I'm trying to think of who else from the top of my head. Obviously, DJ is kind of the man behind the curtain with all that stuff. But go to his channel at 7 Eastern Standard Time. I will be on there as well. Hopefully, my internet will be working a little bit better. And please, guys, on your way out, go ahead and subscribe and share. I mean, if you think you've got a friend who would like this stream, share it with a friend. And just tell them to be ready for some pauses. Tell them to drink every time that my stream freezes, and they'll be having a great rest of the evening. I love and appreciate each and every one of y'all, and I will see you guys in 1 week on the 15th. Thank y'all. See you later. Have a good night. Go to Calling All Beings. End stream.